Okay. Okay. So, again, good morning to everyone and welcome to our session. Now, just before we start, my dear students, later po during the day, I am going to be posting here the recording of the short explanation on how we break down your grades and how do you get your grades or how did you get your grades for your midterm. Now, mainly what I'm going to be explaining to there is yung paano ko po namin kino-compute yung inyong grades plus yung percentages so that you will be able to know, okay, the scores or you would be able to identify how are you being rated. And then later on po, by this coming week po, I'll be providing you with your individual scores so that you will be able to also compute or you will be able to identify also how did I derive with the mark or with the grade that you have for your midterms po para malinawan po kayong lahat. Okay? Okay po tayo doon?
Okay po daw.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, so let me just pull up my presentation here. Mm, okay, uh, okay, so are you able to see the presentation na po?
Hindi pa po.
Hindi pa? Okay. Okay, how about now? Meron na po?
Yes po.
Okay, yan. Marami pong salamat. So for today, my dear students, what we are going to be talking about would be your next individual and dual sport. What do you call participation, and mainly this is going to be all about badminton. Now, what we are going to be focusing in for today first would be the following: your introduction, okay, your history, equipment, rules of the game, badminton court, the different types of grips or how do you handle your badminton racket, the basic skills and techniques, the different types of shots, and also a badminton glossary. Okay. So with this one, I just before we start with our presentation for this morning, I would like everyone to please, okay, to please have a quick look on this very short video that I'm going to be playing, and mainly this is going to be all about badminton. Okay, so for a while lang po, no? Server lang po. Ayun. Ah, so hindi nag-available. Bakit? Okay. Okay. It seems na hindi po siya available sa end ko. Pero basically, in the introductory part of the video, okay, nakikita niyo po ulit yung presentation?
No po, sir.
Hindi? Okay. Wala. Open share tray. Browse tayo. Yan. Okay. Okay. Ayan po. Meron na.
Wala po, sir.
Okay.
Ayan.
So, mainly, ayan. Okay. So, mainly later on, I'll be giving you the time to view the clickable links here. So, the first link that I am going to be showing that is in the presentation here would be all about crazy badminton, and mainly this presentation here has already been uploaded to your MS Teams, so that you will also be able to see the video, and you will also be able to um, find out, and you could also use this as a material or guide for your activities that's going to be part of your activity. Okay. So mainly, badminton is a racket sport played by either two opposing players, that would be for singles, or two opposing pairs, that would be doubles, who takes position on opposite halves of a rectangular court that is divided by a net. Players score points by striking a shuttlecock with their racket so that it passes over the net and lands in their opponent's half of the court. Each side may only strike the shuttlecock once before it passes over the net. A rally ends once a shuttlecock has struck the floor or it has hit the floor. Okay. Now, a short history about this one is that badminton was a form of sport played in ancient Greece and Egypt. Okay. Now, the beginnings of badminton can be traced in mid 18th century British India, wherein initially balls of wool, referred as ball badminton, would but ultimately the shuttlecock stuck. Okay, but ultimately the shuttlecock stopped. Okay, the International Badminton Federation, or IBF, now known as the Badminton World Federation, or BWF, was established in 1934. It was first contested as an Olympic sport at the 1992 Asia Olympic Games in Barcelona, Spain. So, as you can see, badminton was a very, very young sport when it was introduced to, or it when it was played in the Olympics. Okay. Now, here are some, or here are the known, okay, badminton equipment that are being used in official games or even in physical education classes. So you have your badminton rackets. Okay, you have your badminton rackets. You have the ball or the shuttlecock. Okay, as you can see, it is only a half round ball that has feather-like or feathers on top of it, wherein it's being hit by a racket. You have your different grips. Okay, This is a net stand. This is the net, okay, wherein it is being stretched out, okay, by the use of a post. And last one would be, all, of course, proper sportswear. That would be including non-marking badminton shoes. Okay, so with this one, I'll be asking for help, wherein we are going to be reading out the short description about the different equipment. So may I ask, okay, may I ask, so when I call your name, please make sure that you open your microphones and read the description that I'm going to tell you. Okay, so Miss Awil, could you please read racket, strings, and grip?
Equipment rackets are lightweight, 70 to 95 grams, not including grip or strings. They are composed of main materials: carbon fiber, composite aluminum, wood. Strings. The optimum tension for depends on the player. String tension is normally in the range of 80 N. Recreational players to 160 and professionals. Grip. The choice of grip allows a player to increase the thickness of his racket handle and choose a comfortable surface to hold. There are two main types of grip: replacement grips and over grips.
Okay, thank you very much, Miss Awil. So, with regards to rackets, these are actually lightweight rackets, unlike in the game of tennis. Okay, that the framing itself is quite heavy, but with this one, it is actually very lightweight, and you have to be very careful in handling it because most of the time, I myself, I'm a victim of this one. That when you start to get frustrated or you get mad during a game and you start hitting it on the floor, you would just realize that you have just broken something that is very expensive, only on the racket part, or that would just be the framing of your racket. Now, in the string, mainly that would be the tightness that is placed on the head of your racket. And when we say ends, that would be neurons. Okay, that would be the tension. And then the last one would be the grip. It's either a foamy like or a rubber like material that is placed in the handle of your racket. Okay. Next, Miss Kappa, shuttlecock.
A shuttlecock or shuttle or birdie is a high drag projectile with an open conical shape. The cone is formed from 16 overlapping feathers embedded into a rounded cork base. The cork is covered with thin leather or synthetic material. Synthetic shuttles or nylon are often used by recreational players to reduce their cost as feather shuttles break easily.
Okay, and mainly this is the ball that you are being used to pass from one side of the court to the next side of the court. And the objective of this one is to answer back, or you should be able to hit this shuttlecock on a continuous basis up until a player or the side of the team does not or is unable to answer back by hitting the shuttlecock. Okay, next would be shoes. Miss Komiya.
Shoes. The proper badminton shoes will have a little lateral support and a very thin sole, lower a person's center of gravity and therefore result in fewer injuries.
Okay, and mainly the shoes that are being used here would be non-marking shoes so that you are able to move, okay, with full grip on a badminton court. So how do we score rules, or what are the scoring rules that we follow in badminton? Miss Cruz Juliana, the first three bullets. Sorry, the first four bullets, Miss Cruz. Okay, I think she's not there. Miss Gagliarde, first four bullets.
Each game is played to 21 points. A match is the best of three games. At the start of the rally, the server and receiver stand in diagonally opposite service courts. When the serving side loses a rally, the serve immediately passes to their opponent. Second serve doubles. In singles, the server stands in their right service court when their scores is even, and in her or his left service court when her or she or when her or his score is odd.
Okay, so mainly you are playing up until 21 points, and at the start of the rally, you should be standing on the opposite or actually diagonally positioned on the court, wherein you start your service on the right side of the court, especially if you are doing it on an even number or you're starting with an even number position. Okay, Miss Gomez, fifth slide, please. In doubles.
In doubles, if the serving side wins a rally, the same player continues to serve, but he or she changes service court so that he or she serves to a different opponent each time. If the opponents win the rally and their new score is even, the player in the right service court serves. If odd, the player in the left service court serves. The player's service courts are determined by their positions at the start of the previous rally, not by where they were standing at the end of the rally.
Okay, so in doubles, as you can see, during a service or during a rally, it has a different stance wherein each side would have a first and second service, but if at any point that the service would be over, that would only be the time that is going to be taken over to the other side for the service itself. Now, if the scores reaches 20 all, the game continues until sorry, one side will be able to gain 2 point leads or advantage up to a maximum of 30 points. Okay. But if at any point that the game will be reaching almost to 30 points, the winner will be determined up until 30 points only. So even if there is only a 1 point advantage, the leading player who has 30 points would be declared the winner. Okay, so this is how you play the game of badminton. But the thing is that on my end, I'm unable to play these videos. But so later, I'll be giving you time, or I'll be after we discuss this, I'll be asking you to watch these links here. So as you can see, if you're going to be touching it, okay, these are highlighted links that I have already attached. Okay, so next, this is actually an actual badminton court that is being used, wherein you are playing on a 44 or a 13 by 41 meter to a 6.10 meters badminton court, and this is the playing court itself. Not that doesn't include the outside space that you can find in the badminton court, and this is actually divided in the middle by a net, wherein within okay the badminton court there are lines wherein it is determined by a singles what do you call, actual spaces wherein you are able to play on. And mind you, my dear students, all of these spaces have a determined line or purpose during an actual badminton game. Okay. Now, here are the different types of grips, okay, that we use in badminton. So let us start with forehand grip. Miss Hanarol, please read. Forehand grip. Okay.
This
Miss
grip is
Lapas,
used to hit
go ahead.
As
Sige, go
per
ahead po. Sorry, sorry.
yes po. This grip is used to hit shots that are on the forehand side of your body and around the head shots. Your racket face shall be perpendicular to the floor. Your place your Place your playing hand on the handle as if you're shaking hands with it. There shall be a V shape in between your thumb and your index finger. The racket handle shall rest loosely in your fingers for greater flexibility.
Okay. And what is the difference between the backhand grip, Miss Lapas? Miss Kyla Lapas? Okay. Miss Magdalita, could you please read backhand grip?
Backhand grip. This grip is used to hit shots that are on the backhand side of your body. Hold the racket as you would on a forehand grip. Thumb the racket anti-clockwise so that the V shape moves leftwards. Place your thumb against the bevel of the handle for greater leverage and power. The racket handle shall also rest loosely in your fingers.
Okay. And mainly, what is the difference in this one? Okay. If you're going to be looking at the thumb, okay, looking at the thumb, ito yung thumb niya, no? For the forehand grip, it is actually on the side. But for the backhand grip, it actually shifts to the front of your the idea to this one of your grip. So mainly we actually follow here the rule of the thumb. So if your thumb is on the side, you are going to be taking a forehand grip wherein you are actually opening your chest. Okay, so that is the second cue that your chest is open when you are going to be making a forehand grip or an overhead shot. But if you're going to be doing a backhand grip, your thumb closes out to the front, okay, wherein this is going to be used to be pushing the racket, and then your arm is actually closing up your chest, okay, for a forehand grip or an overhead, what do you call this? An overhead backhand shot. Okay, so what are the different skills and techniques that we are going to be focusing in badminton, Miss Manalastas?
Hello sir, yung skill and technique lang po ba?
Go ahead. Yes, po.
It is a action that we use in activity, service, clear, shot. Technique is the way in which a skill is performed. High, low, service, smash, or jump smash.
Okay, so mainly in skill, what we are going to be looking here, or what we're going to be focusing here, would be the basic skills or the basic actions that are being used in badminton. So mainly your service, your clear shot, okay, and your strokes, your grip. That's it. But for technique, it's going to be a little bit different. Okay, for service, we're going to be focusing on high or low service. That would be your long shot or your flick. You also have your smash, your jump shot, your drop. Okay, so basically, those are your techniques. So, describing a skill would be trying to describe a skill is often easier when you look at it in three parts. You have your preparation, that would be the first picture, second picture, third picture. Action is wherein you're about to take the shot, wherein that would be the fourth figure, the fifth figure, and the sixth figure, wherein you have already hit the shuttlecock, and then the last one would be recovery, wherein that would be the seventh, the eighth, and the ninth figure. Okay, so mainly this is going to be the series of skills that you are actually looking into when you play the game of basketball, badminton. Okay, so the first skill that we are going to be looking into would be forehand and backhand. So On this note, my dear students, all strokes can be played either forehand or backhand, depending on how are you going to perform it. So this is where your grips would be coming in. Okay. Now, on the other note, a player's forehand description would be Miss Margate.
All strokes can be played either forehand or backhand. A player's forehand side is the same side as their playing hand. For a right-handed player, the forehand side is their right side and the backhand side is their left side. Players
Okay.
frequently play certain strokes on the forehand side with a backhand hitting action and vice versa.
Okay, so all you need to remember, my dear students, if forehand, the ball is going to be on your side, okay, where you are handling your shot, your what do you call this, your racket. And the thing is that what we are after here when you do your forehand and your backhand is to have a clear view on, okay, how are you supposed to be hitting the shuttlecock, okay, to the other side with, okay, with another player. Okay, so if you're going to be looking at the picture as much as possible, you should not be doing an uncomfortable way of hitting the shuttlecock. So, how to find your ready position in badminton? Could you please read the first two bullets, Miss Meso?
Your position on court will vary a lot depending on whether you are playing singles or doubles, and also depending on the circumstances during the rally. Stance: your feet a little more than shoulder width apart. Your weight should be shifted forwards a little with your knees slightly bent.
Or what we call square position. Okay. Next to slide, please. Racket carriage, and your left arm. Go ahead, Miss Nabriha.
Rocket carriage. Bring your rocket up. Your rocket should be held out in front of you and away from your body. Your left arm should be used to balance your right arm and rocket, holding it in front of your body and slightly out to the side.
Okay, and mainly what we are looking into this position is that you are actually showing respect to the other person or to the other player that you are about to play the game. Now, on this note, if you're going to be looking at the underlined title, okay, ready position, there is also a link attachment to that one, wherein later again, I'm going to be giving you time to watch this video demonstration. Okay. Next, where to hit the shuttle. You have your overhead area. You have your clear and drop, overhead area, clear, drop, and smash. For underhand area, you have your service, lob, and net drop. Okay, and you have your driving area. And on this note, my dear students, okay, these are the different parts wherein your shuttlecock will be able to do. So for overhead area, okay, this part here would be your clear, okay, this part here, okay, this part here would be your drop, and this part here would be your smash. Okay. Now for service, okay, you have your lob, okay, you have your net drop, okay, or net and then drop. And then if you're going to be looking into your body figure, you're also looking into the different parts of your hitting the shuttle. So you have your overhead, okay, or overhand, and you have your underhand. Okay. So here are the different types or diagram on how you should be able to identify your badminton shots. Okay. So you have your badminton shots, And then you have your service, wherein there are two channels. You have your high service or long service. You have your low service or short service. And then in your short service, you have your forehand service and your backhand service. For your overhead shots, you actually have quite a lot. Okay, it is actually divided into clears and into drops. And then for clears, you have your overhead clear, underarm clear, attacking clear, and defensive clear. For drop, you have your slow drop and you have your fast drop. For underhand shots, there are also two types of underhand shots. You have your smash and your lob, wherein in your lob, okay, you have your forehand and backhand, and you have your jump smash. Okay. For net shots, you have your forehand and backhand, and for your drive, you have your forehand and your backhand. Okay. So, here are also some, okay, what do you call this? These are actually Italian, okay. These are actually Italian terminologies that are being uh, used. Oh, not actually, they're not Italian. Sorry, they're Spanish. Okay, sorry. Dejada alta. Okay, so these are actually what do you call this? Spanish terminologies of certain shots that you're able to make. So you have your net shots. So drop shots is dejada alta, net kill, mate rapido en la red, long kill, mate largo en la red, net drive, golpe plano en la red, net lift or lob, levantada en la red, middle court shots or drive, golpe plano, lift or lob, levantada, smash, remate, backcourt shots. Okay, you have your clear fondo, smash, remate, jump smash, remate, and suspension, drop shot, dejada. Okay, now serving would also have your high serve and your low serve. Okay, so let us start with high serve. How are you able to describe it, Mr. Osea?
High serve. Use this badminton serve during single play to move your opponent as far back in court as possible. Thus, opening up this court, be more cautious if you use this serve during doubles.
Okay, so as you can see, if you're going to be looking into this type of serve, the serve are usually bringing the shuttlecock all the way back to the badminton court, wherein they are able to, or your opponent would be chasing it to be able to return it to you. Okay, so long serve, Miss Pigar. Okay, Miss Tapasio, low serve.
For the low serve, use this badminton serve when you want your opponent to lift the shuttle. It is commonly used during doubles, but you can use it during singles too if your opponent attacks is too strong. You can use either forehand or backhand to play this serve.
Okay, and mainly if you're going to be looking at the diagram, your shuttlecock is actually placed right before or just right after the line after the net. Okay, so here are different types of forehand and backhand service. Oh, by the way, my dear students, later also there would be video demonstrations that are posted in these, okay, in these links here, so that you are able to view them. Okay, so next one would be forehand and backhand service. So let us start with a forehand service, Miss Yason. This one, this side here. Okay, I
Good
think she's
morning
not.
po.
Good morning. Okay,
Hello po.
forehand. Yes, go ahead po.
Forehand. Stand 2 to 3 feet behind the short service line. Lead with your non-racket leg and place your racket like this. Bring your racket back to your waist level, then start your your forward swing. Hold the hold the shuttle by the feathers and bring it closer to meet the racket instead of dropping it in front. Contact the shuttle at a higher point but still below your waistline. Push the shuttle with the racket face and try to make the shuttle skim the tape of the net. If you normally use high serve during singles, mix the low serve in occasionally. You might be able to catch your opponent off guard if you can execute it well.
Okay, and mainly this is a short or a description of a picture, and how should you be able to start a forehand serve. Okay, next one would be the backhand serve. Ms. Zoleta.
Stand in a comfortable and balanced position with your racket hand in front. Lead with your racket leg and place your non-racket leg behind with your feet pointing towards your opponent. Carry out a short backswing, then bring the racket forward. Hold the shuttle on the tip of the feathers in front of your waist level. Push the shuttle with the racket face and try to make the shuttle skim the tip of the net. You can try to shorten the grip for a better control of the racket.
Okay, and mainly the picture below would be a short presentation on how should you be doing a backhand service. So, what are badminton clear shots? So we have the defensive clear. Let's start again, Miss Awil. Miss Awil,
So, sir, ano?
defensive clear.
Defensive clear. Has a high and deep trajectory. This shot gives you more time to return to your base and prepare for the next shot. The shuttle is hit with your racket, face leaning slightly backwards.
Okay, so mainly what you are trying to do here is that you're trying to lead the shuttlecock all the way to the back of the badminton court for your opponent, so that you would be able to have time to prepare for yourself. How about attacking clear, Miss Kappa?
Attacking clear. Attacking clear has a trajectory that runs almost parallel to the ground. The shuttle travels flat and fast towards your opponent's backcourt. This allows less time to your opponent to get back behind the shuttle, potentially causing weak returns. The shuttle is hit square with your rocket face.
Okay. And on this one is that once you are already ready, you are able to attack your opponent with regards to on that type of clear shot. Okay. How about a badminton drop shot? What is its short description? Go ahead, Mr. Kasingal. Welcome to our class.
Hello, sir. Good morning. Slow
Good
drop
morning.
shot. The point of impact is above the racket shoulder. It is intended to move your opponent the front court, hopefully forcing a weak return to your mid court for you to kill.
Okay, that's actually a type of drop shot. Could you please read the short description here, Miss Comia, of a badminton drop shot?
Drop shot. Use this shot to move your opponent to the front court. It creates space in the mid-court and backcourt for you to exploit. You can play slow and fast drop shots. Can be played both on the forehand and backhand side. Race action is essential.
Okay, so mainly what you are trying to do here is that you're also trying to attack your opponent by making the motion of your shuttlecock from the far or behind or from the back portion of the court to the front portion of the court. Okay, and the second type of drop shot. So a while ago, Mr. Kasingal introduced to us slow drop shot, wherein you're trying to bring the ball, okay, way before or just right after the net of in badminton, wherein you are trying to take a shot in a very slow pace. Then, on the other hand, you also have your fast drop shot. And how are we able to describe this, Miss Cruz? Okay, Miss Gagliarde. Miss Gagliarde. Okay, Mr. Garcia. What is fast drop shot?
Fast drop shot. Hit the shuttle slightly further in front of the body to produce a shallower trajectory at a faster speed. It is intended to catch your opponent off balance and have less time to respond.
Okay, so mainly this one would be a little bit further from the net, and that would be almost in the middle of the court. Yes, Miss Galliarde, could you please read badminton drive shot? What is it all about?
The drive is an attacking shot that is usually played from the sides of the court when shuttle has fallen too low for it to be returned with a smash. The shuttle shall be between your shoulder and knee height. Can be played diagonally cross court or straight down the line. It can be played both on the forehand drive and backhand drive.
Or what we call this is actually a shot of what we call um what do you call this unexpected type of shot, because you are unable to take the shot or return the shuttlecock to the other side. Okay, how about a badminton smash shot? Go ahead, Miss Gomez.
Badminton smash shot. It's the most potent of all badminton shots. Hit with power and speed. Contact the shuttle further in front of your body than the peer or the drop shot. You can also jump and smash the shuttle at the same time. It can be played both on forehand and backhand sides.
or we call this the lethal accounting attacking shot, wherein you are able to take, okay, a shot wherein your opponent would actually have no time to take the or to return the shuttlecock to you. Usually, my dear students, the most recognizable smash shot is when you see the player has jumped, okay, and took a very, very loud shot with the use of his racket. Okay, so there's also the badminton net play, and what is it all about, Miss Hanerol?
These shots are played from around the net area back to your opponent's net area. It's played both on the forehand and backhand sides. These shots can be played straight or crossed.
Okay, and mainly what you're after here is that you are just letting the shuttlecock, okay, cross over the net, okay, after a service. And mainly this is a very, very tricky type of shot in the game of badminton. So here are some general faults that we have to observe, wherein you are able to attain your scores if most of them are would happen to an actual game. Miss Lapas, could you please read? Okay, Miss Magdalita, could you please read the general faults?
General faults. A general fault occurs if the bird falls outside the court. If it falls on the boundary line, it is good. A player is struck by the bird. A player hits the bird twice in succession, or a player and a partner hit the bird on successive shot. The bird is struck before it crosses the net. However, a racket may follow through over the net. A player touches the net while the bird is in play. A player catches the bird instead of letting it drop. The bird is carried on the racket and a player obstructs an opponent.
Okay, so mainly this is only one part, okay, of how are you able to gain points against your opponent. Okay, and mainly, my dear students, the following slides would be terminologies that are being used in the game of badminton. So we have your badminton glossary. Okay, so if you would want to have a quick or clear view on what are the terminologies that are being used, especially if you start watching um, what they call the BWF leagues, or it's actually a professional badminton league. Okay, and here are the references where you could actually check on the slides or that were presented to you. Okay. Okay. So there we go, my dear students. For today, this is the only focus that we are going to be doing first. Uh, and then I'm also going to be including during the day. Okay. The next part of your activity, or the parts of the activity that you're going to be doing next week. Now, for today, my dear students, what I would want you to focus on would be checking out the videos, okay, that are pasted here. Actually, I was about to show them to you, but it seems that I'm having technical issues on that part. And then after that, my dear students, okay, I'll be posting a video of a professional game in badminton, wherein I would like you to have some time to watch it for the rest of the time. And then after you have watched it, I'm not going to require you anymore to come back to the session anymore, but we are just going to be meeting again next week for your activities. Okay, but just before you do that, do we have any further questions or clarifications with what we have discussed this morning? Any questions or clarifications? Okay, so if there are no more further questions or clarifications, my dear students, you are allowed already to leave the session room, and I'll just be meeting you again next week for our activities. Okay, your presentation for badminton has already been posted in your Google Classroom channel, wherein I've made a folder for this presentation. Okay, so thank you very much, my dear students.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you po.
Thank you po.